So, Brian Clark here. Thought I'd give you an update. Facebook friends, everybody that's been out there getting the word out. As expected, my son had a fine Saturday. We had a fine Saturday. Got him a guitar. Hadn't seen him in 2.5 years. And visitation went just perfectly fine. Getting all these court and DSS out of the middle of it. All trying to protect BB&T and the Virginia State Bar and their lawyers that are corrupted, using my son as a little pawn, and pretty much exposed them for it. And now they are still continuing to use my son because the custody order says I'm not to talk about it or any case that I'm involved in. So they're still yet using my son and the custody of my son as a way to get me to shut up and violate my First Amendment rights. But I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to tell it like it is. When it comes to your family, and to see this type of state level Virginia State Bar corruption coming from big banking executives who own these lawyers, who sit on the bar, who have interest in this bank BB&T, and these lawyers that make up known false lies and have been caught in it, would use and stoop to these levels of using our children to get what they want, which is for me to just go away and be quiet. That's exactly what they want me to do, which I'm going to do exactly the opposite, because I fear no one. Not them, not the bank, not the judges and the lawyers that protect them. They have no bearing over this. This is about justice. This is about right and wrong. And when a judge who puts on a robe, swears an oath, and takes his position to uphold the Constitution, yet goes totally against the Constitution, he himself should be in violation of the law. Now, I don't know what it's going to take, but I do know this. If they ever come around my family, my son, my friends, or anyone in a threatening manner, or use them in any way by keeping them hostage, they're domestic terrorists. That's what they are. And I will use my Second Amendment rights if I have to, because that's what it's for, my friends. It's time for America to wake up and realize what's going on in this world and how the states have sold us out into slavery, essentially. They control you through the very system they've created. And they knew exactly what they were doing. And the states have bought an ownership into it. So unfortunately, this is what we got in America today. Until the American people realize what's going on and start investigating your own elected officials by going to the courthouse, pulling their oaths of office, getting copies of them, writing a letter to your attorney general, writing a letter to your senator, writing a letter to your congressman, sending it certified mail, and let them know that they need to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, and that you know that they are corrupted at these Virginia bar or state bar levels. That's what they do. They control you, and when they can't control you, they'll just try to put you in jail for false charges, whatever. They'll try to make up something, anything they can do to try to get you to conform to what they want. you too do. And if you do not, they'll continue to harass, threaten, use your family, whatever they can do, until you just give up, basically. I ain't never quit anything in my life, and I ain't starting now. I'm a Desert Storm veteran. I went and fought for my country, and I went. And I picked up arms, and I went and fought a war so others could have the freedoms we deserve here. But I'm sick and tired of this country. I'm proud to be a veteran, don't get me wrong, but I'm tired to see what my country's become in my absence. It's time, America. It's time to stand up against people that do these types of things. I never in my life would have thought that I'd ever be making a video like this. Ever in my life. But it's a necessary tool to get it out to the uncontrolled media that's not bought off also by the very same people that control the Virginia State Bar, the bankers, the lawyers. See, they throw the money out there and they buy their way through life so that they can continue to keep your civil liberties at bay in that control over you. When is it going to be time, America, for you to unshackle yourself from this tyranny? What's it going to take? I don't know. All I know is I felt like saying this today, and I felt like that it was something that's been needing to be said for a long time. I'm glad to see my son again in 2 years, 2.5 years. Took him boat riding the Saturday. Got to get out on the lake first time. I taught him to drive a boat when he was younger. First time he ever really drove a boat. I taught him that's what dads do. We love our children. There's nothing we wouldn't do for them. I've got a daughter. I've got a son. I love them both very much, and ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I'd lay down my life for my child, my family, my friends. If necessary, I would. I think I demonstrated that one time when I went off to Desert Storm. And I'll do no less right here in the United States of America. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. So this is just a warning too to those that want to continue this. Sometimes you gotta stand up and say, I've had enough. I've had enough of it. I'm not going to take it anymore. You have no jurisdiction over me, and you're certainly not going to tell me what I can and can't do when it comes to my children and my way of life and how I would choose to live it. I'm not a criminal. Never have been. Never been in trouble. Never had a DUI. Nothing. Nothing on my record. Period. So ask yourself, what's their motive? Money. A business that they stole from me. Lots of money. And when they couldn't steal anymore, and they knew that I caught on to it, they're going to steal my son and use him as a hostage. Ain't happening no more. And anybody that crosses that line will find out what wrath God will lay down on you. Because I'm a Christian, proud of it. I pray about this situation every day. That's why they ain't been able to do anything to me, because if God be with you, who can be against you? Am I angry? Certainly. Should I be as a Christian? I don't know. There is such a thing as called righteous anger. I have some bitterness towards it, and that's something I still struggle with because I'm flesh and I'm human. And when you start messing with somebody's kids, it takes on a whole new meaning. At least for me anyway, and I think it would anybody else. I hope that those of you out there watching this video will actually learn from it. Take action. Get up off the couch. Go write your congressman. Go to the courthouse and pay to get these oaths of office from your elected officials that are elected in office, your Commonwealth attorneys, your sheriffs. They all swear an oath and it's on file in your courthouse. Go get it. Get a copy of it, put it in a file. Make copies of it. Tell them what you know about how corrupt all these state bars are in every state. This is not just Virginia, folks. This is North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. I guarantee you, this is a common problem with why our country is the way it is. See, I listened to a lady who's a constitutionalist one time, and she said, what happened is they took the power away from the states. And now the federal government holds all the cards. I say, you can't give it back to the states now, because they've sold out to it. They're part of it now. So how would they fix it? They don't want to, because they have all this control, and they're protected by the federal government. So there's no one over authority of them. They can do whatever they want to. Until we realize that as a people, we're doomed. And I hope you take this message and put it into action everywhere, in every state, in every county, across this great nation. From California to Florida to Maine to Washington State. I challenge you, patriots, Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, we're all Americans. And we're all human beings, and we all stand for humanity and what's right, and oppose what's wrong. And if you're tired of it, don't just talk about it. Start being about it, and being active about it, and doing something instead of nothing. Don't send a letter in the mail and put a stamp on it. Send it certified so that you've got a record of it, so that that signed receipt comes back. Spend a little time and do it. It'll at least put them on notice that in that letter you stipulate that you know about this level of corruption and how it works. And if you don't know how it works and you don't want to take my word for it, that's your prerogative, and I challenge you to investigate it for yourself. Start doing a little research. You will find out that what I'm telling you, especially in Virginia, is an absolute fact. Because I've got documents to back up everything I'm telling you on this video. Now, Friday, this coming Friday, this is Thursday, so tomorrow, I get to get my son for the first overnight visit in 2.5 years. I'm still under a supervisor coming in and sitting with us when we have our meetings, which is totally ridiculous. But that's because the judge wants to show that he is authority and he can have an authority over me, and that's the way it's going to be. Oh, I've contacted my lawyer, Mr. Patrick McGraw, out of Roanoke, Virginia. Maybe y'all burn his phone up, because when I call him, he won't call me back, because I've exposed his little buddies at the Virginia State Bar. See, I think at one time he was a very honorable man, but I don't know anymore. It's all about money to these lawyers. That's really all they care about. It's their pocketbooks and how much money they can take in somebody else's misfortunes of something that I didn't start, didn't create. I wouldn't be standing here probably today making this video if I didn't have some means And a lot of people may not throughout America feel hopeless, helpless. You're not alone, brothers, sisters. Stand up to their tyranny before it's too late. And if you ain't got the moral fiber and fortitude to do it, call me. Call somebody. Call a friend. Somebody will be there for you. And pray. Get God. Get God on your side first. And He'll show you the way and show you what to do. That's about all I got to say at this moment. But I'm going to do another video. And I'm going to let people know what goes on here from this day forward. There will be no more attacks on my son, I can guarantee you that. So I'm not going to tolerate it. But I also know, and I'm a realist, they're going to try some more stuff. They're not done yet. But we'll see what they do. I've made every one of them known. It's been known, it's well known to every one of these people that's involved in this that I've had enough. I'll start naming names because I ain't afraid of none of them. Just so you know, when you're in Virginia, if you're from Virginia, you stay away from these people. I would, especially these lawyers. Mark B. Holland, Philip G. Gardner out of Martinsville, Mark B. Holland's out of Danville, Tommy Joe Williams out of Roanoke, Wharton Altiver and Weaver, Bob Lunger's office up in Stanton, Virginia. Stay away from these lawyers. Pretty much any Virginia lawyer. They're all corrupted. They all pledged an oath to a bar, while they swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America first and foremost. But they throwed it all away on a bar license number that's a private corporation organization that has no authority over them. None. They're all made up of lawyers. Bankers own them. So what does that tell you? They want to claim that they're a state agency. I say it's BS because it's not a state agency. It's all private run organization, corporation. So that's the problem here. I'm hoping that someone sees this video and gets what I'm saying. There's probably some people out there that's been through similar situations, maybe different circumstances of how it happened, the whys and everything. Stand your ground. Do not waver. Do not falter. And if you did, and you lost your kids for a while, my heart bleeds for you because I know what it's like. Some of you may have lost them for longer than I have. Now I got to undo the brainwashing that he's been through and show him that his dad loves him and cares about him. I always have, never have stopped, never will. I'll always be there for my kids, and I've told every one of my kids from day one, I don't care what you do, how bad life gets, what you've done, there's nothing that you can't come to me for. Nothing. And I think a lot of parents have said the same thing to their kids. So I'm going to leave it at that. We'll cut this Smith video. It's about 20 minute video, so I need to cut it. But I appreciate everybody's support. I will fight this with the help of everyone on Facebook, social media, wherever you're at that can get this message out. I really don't care anymore what they do to me. It ain't about protecting my son. It's about protecting the banks. It's about protecting who is really at the root of all this corruption. And they don't want that out. That's why they want me to shut up. But that's not what my Constitution says. I have a First Amendment right to freedom of speech. That's a God-given right for any free man in this country. We don't live under a dictatorship. Last time I checked. This is America, and I fought for it. So I'll be daggone if there's going to be someone that's going to tell me what I can and can't do. I'm going a minute over this thing, so I'm going to end it. Good night, and thanks for watching this video.